Hey everybody, it's Micah. So today I went to the gym and I did some exercises, and I thought maybe I could try. It's been about 2.5 weeks since I injured my chest muscle, my pec, and I thought maybe I could try just doing some light exercises that didn't really involve my arm too much, but still required me to use it. But when I tried lifting anything to get ready for the exercise, I felt uncomfortable. And it felt stiff, and so I was worried that I might make the problem get worse and come back again. It's still not, like I say, I don't feel like I've recovered very much, which is bothering me. I'm thinking that I'll probably have to go to a doctor to maybe get some anti-inflammatory medicine or something, or like a cast. I don't know, but it feels like it's not really getting much better. Could also be related to the problem that I've had for the last few years with my shoulder and my back. So I might need to go see a doctor and find out if the problems are related. But I did do some exercises. I mostly focused on ab and lower back exercises, but I also did a little bit of arm exercises, and I also used a squat machine that made it so I could sit down and I could still do some motions that I could do some exercise that would exercise my hamstrings, my glutes, and my what is it called? I don't know, these top leg muscles here. Anyway, otherwise, nothing really much to report. I've been looking up more exercises because I can't use any barbell exercises, so I've been looking up dumbbell exercises and any kind of accessory exercises that I can do that don't require me to use this arm. So I can do like tricep exercises with this arm, and I can work on my back, and I can do like lower back exercises and glute exercises. So I've been trying to find some workarounds this problem until it gets resolved. But after that, in the morning, Taka and I, we went on a job of hers. We took some photos for a pamphlet for a hospital. So usually an associate of Taka's does this job. This is his job, but he has the flu, so he asked her to fill in for him today. So we filled in for him, and it was a fairly easy job. Takai felt like it went smoothly, and it felt like it went smoothly to me too. She talked to the people, got some people to model for certain shots that they wanted to take, and I took some pictures of her that I'll give her so that she can post them to her blog or to her Facebook account. And it went pretty well. Probably took us maybe an hour and a half, 2 hours to complete the job. I was expecting it to take at least another hour. I think that's the estimate Takai gave me, but we finished early, so it was good. Tomorrow, we're planning on going to the city that I work in, Taku, and I want to do a couple things. One, we have that photography project that we're doing where we are printing photos every month and posting them we're hanging them on the wall in her office, or like her storefront. And my plan is to kind of fill the room with our photos so that we can, for one thing, it's not often that you see a lot of printed photos anymore. And it's not often that you print your own photos these days. But when I print them, I always feel like it's really fun. In the pictures, when we hang them on the wall, they look nice and they make the room nicer. And I think having a bunch of pictures cover all the wall, well, not all the walls, but much of the space on the walls, I think those pictures will really make the room look a lot nicer. And it will also give us a chance to think about the kinds of photos that we're taking every month. It'll help me get better as a photographer, because I have to keep this project going, and that means I have to take pictures even if it's maybe not perfect weather, or it's not perfect, I don't have any particular thing that I want to take a picture of, but I just have to take some picture, so I'll have to be creative and think about something to take a picture of. And it'll also help because Takai and I can kind of, in a nice way, we can compete with each other to see whose picture we can make the big picture, because we have 3 pictures that we're hanging up right now. 2 of them a little bit smaller, and one is pretty big. It's like, I think it's going to be a 30 centimeter by 40 centimeter picture. I don't know what that is in inches, but it's a fairly large print, and it's probably the second largest print that the company we're printing it with. There's a company called Kitamura Camera that we're printing with, and we're printing the second largest size. So one day I'd like to actually make the largest size, but maybe that'll be kind of an end of the year kind of project. Anyway, my goal is to have 3 new photos every month that we post, that we print and hang up on the wall, and we can just keep on adding 3 photos every month onto the wall until we have a whole year worth of picture frames, and then we can kind of cycle them out every year. And we'll also work on making maybe an album or calendar or something to go along with this project. So tomorrow we're going to go to Taku and take some pictures, but we're also going to take some video. I'm working on a work project using video. So right now I do kind of a radio program at the schools that I work at, but in the future I'd like to actually do video. How can I say? I'd like to make my own TV show, my own small TV show for the schools. And so what I'm working on is learning how to plan a video ahead of time, and kind of start taking the shots that I need, thinking about what kind of content to put in the videos. So tomorrow I don't have a very good idea of what kind of video I want to take, but basically I'll probably just work on an intro. I have an idea of the intro that I want to do. I probably won't be able to do exactly my ideal setup, but I'll be able to get something good done. So that's what Takai and I are going to work on tomorrow. Is we're gonna take some video and we're gonna take some pictures together, and we also want to do a little bit of cleaning of the space that we want to use for the studio. So tomorrow we'll probably, after we're done taking video and taking pictures, we'll look inside there and see what kinds of things we can throw out and kind of start preparing to start throwing things out. But eventually, if we can just clean it out, and then if we can get rid of everything that's in there and then clean it out, then we'll be prepared to immediately start renovating it for use as a studio in the future. So we have a big day planned tomorrow, and I'm looking forward to it. Today, we actually, after we got done taking photos, or before we went to take photos at the hospital, we've been working on getting my visa done as well. So we want to change my visa from an instructor's visa, which means that I can only work as an instructor, and I have to have a contract with a company in Japan. I can't just be like a freelance person. I have to have a contract with some company, and I can only work as an instructor. I can't do any professional photography work officially. So we're working on changing my visa to a spousal visa, and if we change it to a spousal visa, that means I can do anything I want. So that will make it much easier and safer for me to work doing any professional photography work in the future. So hopefully I can actually do some video work in the future. I'm thinking that this video project that I have, that I'm preparing to do for school, will have a lot of connections to different goals that I have. I want to make more money at work, but I'd also like to do professional photography, and I think video work will also be part of doing photography out in the future for many businesses, and especially in Saga, where I live, video people are kind of rare, and usually they're they're older people. They're not usually younger people. So I want to work on my video skills. Plus, I think video skills will also help me. I think it'll also be a useful skill just for communicating in the future. I think video is going to be a very important form of communication in the future. I think it's already very important, but for me personally, it'll be an important tool that I use for communicating with many people in the future. Because if I work on this video project for school, it'll also give me a base to also work on that Attack on Titan project, which I'm still working on. I've been writing things and going over my older work. Anyway, it's tying into a lot of different goals. So I think the path forward will be doing more of these videos. Problem is that this camera is not really well designed for video. For one thing, it has a recording limit, so I can only record for like 26 minutes before it cuts off. It doesn't have a flip out screen, so I can't see what I look like using the camera. I have it plugged into my computer, and I can see it from my computer, but if I'm outside, I can't see what I look like. So I have to kind of test a lot, and it's just really time consuming. Plus, the video quality is not as good as it is with many other similar cameras. So maybe this year or next year, if I can save up some money, I'd like to buy a camera that can use my lenses, but can also take much better video and can give me the features that I need for video in the future. But for this video project for school, I think the next item I need to buy is actually going to be either a lavalier, probably a lavalier microphone. Lavalier microphone are those microphones that people clip onto clothing, either underneath their clothing or on top of their clothing. And that's useful because what that means is that I can be anywhere in the frame and I can have the microphone close to me. Right now, I have the camera fairly close to me because if I have it far away, the microphone, which is on top of the camera and attached to the camera, it's connected to it. If it's too far away, then the audio quality goes down quite a lot. So I could work around that. I could use an external recorder and then sync the audio later and all that. I've tried doing that, and it's a real pain in the ass to do it. So if I can, I'd like to have something that can connect directly to the camera, and then I can record audio without doing any post work to sync the audio. But if I have the lavalier mic, then I can also be anywhere in the frame, which means that I can do more visually interesting things while maintaining good audio quality. And I can do it by myself. I don't have to have some other person with a microphone nearby to help me out. I can do all the work by myself. So I have a lot of things that I've been doing recently, and I'm keeping myself busy. Anyway, that's it for today, and I'll see you next time.